Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're well. Listen, so today's vid is another demon vid. Um, this is a pretty unique one actually. This character is like something else, eh? Anyway, so it's the demon Earl Vine. You can pronounce it Vine or Vane. It's spelled Vine. So I'm gonna give you a little bit about his characteristics, benefits of working with him, his demeanor, his incantation, and his sigil. So let me get the sigil out the way because I've got the notes in my hand here. So I just drew this like a few minutes ago for the vid, and so I'm gonna do another invocation with him as well now. So that's done. Check it out. You can see it's detailed. It's not very neat. I'm not an artist. I never claimed to be. The important thing is that I mentioned in all the words regarding invocation, incantation, that it is hand drawn. Okay, so that's the sigil. So to have an invocation with the demon Earl Vine, first you're going to have your A4 page. You can draw it smaller than that. I drew a bigger one for the purpose of a spell coming up. But for invocation, draw it smaller or print one up, put it next to your candles and your petition, but still have a hand-drawn one. So you can have pendants, you can have printed pics of it, that's cool, as long as there's at least one hand-drawn one by yourself. Okay, and on top of the A4 page is incantation, which you're going to call out at least 6-7 times, but still have it in written form. It's a sign of respect, and it's another energy signature. I'm going to read it off because it's a bit tricky at first. It's Aista nas vein calares. Aista nas vein calares vein. Like I say, you can pronounce it vein or vine. It's actually fine. So that's in big bold letters. Aista nas vein calares vein. These candles are, I like to use 4. It's 2 colors, but I like to use 4. And I'll explain why. It's white and yellow. So I encourage you to take one white, one yellow, and bind them there. Another white and yellow, bind them there. All 4 candles scribed with his name. Bind them up. You can place them next to each other or opposite each other. It's really up to you. So if you have your plate, you have your 4 candles, one yellow, one white, one yellow, one white, scribed, balm with olive oil, eucalyptus oil. Your petition on the page as well. Sorry, on your plate. Clearly, very clearly, invite him into your home, your life, your presence, if you so choose. And then if you have any issues or desires, write it down as well. And again, at the point of actual invocation, you will start off by the incantation a few times over and over. Let it be really drumming out of your system as raw as possible. And again, make sure the place is quiet and it's clean. Hand over sigil, right hand near the candle, and start picturing that sigil coming into you. Really visualizing the sigil, because at the moment that's all you can attach to his representation, is his sigil and his name and his incantation. So use what you have. It's a sign of respect, and it's a sign of knocking on his door. He will hear it. They all do. Send that up. Even if you don't feel or sense anything, continue setting it up. Call upon him, and again, like I say, do it in a physical manner as well. Welcome the entity in. I do it in a way where I kind of wash myself over with their presence, and it has only benefited me. Okay, so some of his characteristics. Before that, I don't forget. So his offerings. He likes gold and silver, so you can use gold and silver, or one of the other in your offerings. Jewelry, cups, plates, doesn't matter. You don't have to throw it away at the end of the invocation, so don't think whatever you place down is going to be thrown away. He doesn't need the gold or silver. He likes it, and it also has an extremely high frequency. And with this demon as well, in between your offerings there, you can put some roses as well, and greenery. Especially roses, gold and silver. And a couple of bowls of fresh water. Remember, don't use plastic when you're doing this shit. Use glass or copper. Okay, so some of his characteristics, to me, he's not the god of war and destruction, but he reminds me, I get the sense of a god of war and destruction. He's very fierce, he's extremely raw. He's one of the best demons to work with if you are doing curses, if you're experienced doing curses or new at it, and you really need to get someone back in the form of a curse, punishment, or banishing. He's extremely fierce with that. And This is what I find fascinating about him. He's one of the few that actually specialize and enjoys very openly teaching and sharing an enhancement of magic. So if you're a spellcaster or a beginner practitioner and you want greater insight into magic, deeper understanding, and like if you want something to like reverberate, or like a bigger effect, he enhances that in the magical sense. So anything you're doing in the magical realm, he will help you along there. He will give you a greater understanding in these matters and almost like guide you. Like I a lot of times sit in pure invocation slash meditation in his presence and others like him for wisdom, knowledge, and insight in these matters. And on that, he enhances your spiritual realm, your spiritual eyes and concept, your third eye, called the pineal gland, your intuition. It like just wakes up in his presence. So anything spiritual, esoteric starts to become more awake and aware. Your magic practices start to get better and better. So if you work with him, it doesn't be all the time, but if you just call upon him before doing a spell, even like I said, he's very good with curses, hexes, and banishing. But if you later on trying to do a money spell, for example, or a love spell or prosperity spell, and you've got a nice bond with him, a good relationship, you can do the spell on your own with a different entity and still before that call on him for his assistance through his magical teachings and enhancement. So you would do the spell, be it a money spell, and because you've called on him now, you will enhance that current spell. So I hope that makes sense. So you got another spell going here with another entity perhaps, and you just call on your big buddy first. Hey, I'm about to start this spell. Our relationship is good. And just, thanks for enhancing this current magic works now. And he will enhance that works for you as well, which I think is extremely good to know. So again, when you do an invocation, let it last at least over 3 days with your candles. Don't blow the candles out until the last day. Let it die out on the last day, and first, second day, you snuff them out. And again, I get asked this a lot, so I'll just give it out there. Once the invocation is done, or the spell is done, collect the wax and the materials, except now the gold and silver. Unless, what is also helpful is you can take gold dust, gold glitter, just on top of your petition. It just sends him that good vibes, that you understand him. That you can throw away with the stuff. So I like to normally keep the invocation materials for like 2 3 days. If you're doing it in a spell form, at least a week. Keep it in your cupboard in a packet. Thereafter, discard it in an appropriate place. If you're not sure about that, hit me up. Again, guys, if you like the vid, like it, share, subscribe, get the knowledge out there. And again, if you need any help from spiritual teachings or knowledge, tarot readings, your spell, whether it's been with the angels, Goetia, or Santeria, hit me up. I will definitely get back to you guys. Be blessed.